Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, find out why fans are outraged. I mean, really mad at a big twist on American Idol last night. Plus, remembering Clary. We are looking back at the incredible career of Olympia Dukakis. Then, Merlot for Mom. If she loves wine, Leslee Miller is here with a vineyard full of gift ideas for Mother's Day. And, oh, the places you'll go. From trips to celebrations, it's the best part of Monday when you show us your weekend. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, St. Louis Park. Good morning, Golden Valley. Good morning, Moorhead. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and America's favorite detective, Kendall Mark, everything.
Oh, like Miss Marple?
Sure. Or Barnaby Jones, Columbo, Kojak.
Nancy Drew?
Do you know who Kojak is?
No.
Okay, it's fine. Telly Savalas, great show. Had a lollipop that was a signature.
Who's the lady with the typewriter?
That's Ted. No, that's Jessica Fletcher. That's Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote.
Angela Lansbury ran on CBS many years.
All those things. That's me.
How you doing? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Hope your weekend was great.
Yeah, how was your weekend?
Well, it was good until I read the Washington Post. I read, look, and I know there are a lot of things going on in the world, but Leo, go ahead and put up a picture here. This is what I'm worried about.
Chicken?
That's a chicken. We have a chicken shortage in this country. Now, look, I don't care. I was fine. The toilet paper thing, the sanitizer wipe thing, whatever. But the chicken shortage scares me to death. What are we going to do? Kendall, what are we going to do? And to my friends at Serums, what's our strategy going to be? Are we going to limit people of how many wings they can have?
Are we having this conversation right now?
We are. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. There really is a chicken shortage.
Like for eggs, for breasts, for clucking? Like what, chicken shortage? Like what, why does it affect us? Just because we won't be able to eat chicken?
Is she mocking my pain? I think she is.
Yes.
The whole chicken. There aren't enough chickens. It was the storms. It's a combination of an increase in takeout over the last year. Storms killed a bunch of chickens and farms. Over chickening for years, and it's time to pay the piper, I guess.
Okay, Jason, did you start this whole thing by saying you were not as worried about toilet paper or Sandy wipes, but you were worried about the chicken? That's
I was fine. Because the toilet paper thing. I went and I bought what I needed. That didn't affect me. This is going to affect me. If we don't have chicken wings, what am I going to do on Friday nights?
Okay, number one, it's the sauce. It's not the chicken. You can have cauliflower wings and put some yummy, yummy sauce on it.
Look there, veggie person. Don't give me this. Don't give me this cauliflower rice crap. I've tried it all.
I didn't say cauliflower rice. Don't put me in that camp.
Fine. Cauliflower rings. It tastes just like chicken. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
But they're really good.
They're fine. I've had them in the air fryer. There's a lot of things better for me, but I still love a chicken wing. Am I right, people watching? Thank you.
Well,
okay. I get it. I love animals too. I know there's over-chickening that's been happening for years. I get that. I know. Don't write me today. I spent 72 hours fighting with people on Twitter over the weekend. I made a grave error over the weekend.
Don't do that.
I'm not. All I'm going to tweet about now are chickens.
Yeah.
Chickens and Dallas and Knots Landing. That's all. I'm going to stick to that.
Okay.
Anyway, but I know. Don't email me, Jason. There's problems with chickens.
Yeah.
I get all of that. I'm just saying.
Hey, I get it. I will say, if you do run out of chicken, though, Morningstar makes really good fake chicken nuggets, kind of like vegan burgers. I'm not kidding. You make that look, but if you get really desperate, they're delicious. Find them at Target.
Leo, can you put up the picture of the chicken again? Do we have that ability? No.
It doesn't like you. It's
We're out of
on a
chicken.
shortage.
No. Kendall, look at that chicken right. That's what I want. He looks lovely, but I would like him deep fried. I would like him on my plate, smothered in serums, garlic alata sauce.
You're actually making me a little nauseous.
That's fine. I make most of you watching a little nauseous. Thank you. You didn't have to, Jeff, that really didn't need an applause. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Complete with chicken.
No, there's not a shortage.
Whatever. Fine, it's a cauliflower hot dish. Hey, all reality shows have their own formula, and on Sunday Night American Idol, and when truly was the last time we talked about this show, teased the biggest shakeup in Idol history. Well, that didn't go over so well. Here's a little clue. Take a look.
We are apart, remember. Remember me. Remember me. Although I have to travel far, remember me each time you hear a sad guitar. And know that I'm with you the only way that I can be until you are in my arms again. Remember.
Okay, so if you don't watch the show, because I don't, that's Arthur Gunn. If you see him on Twitter, this is why dude is trending. He's performing there on Disney night. There's nothing unusual about that. But Arthur, here's the deal. Arthur was the runner-up last season. And Idol decided they want to give last season's finalists a second chance in what they called a comeback round. So Arthur won that round, and is now in the season's top 7. Idol fans called it the single worst idea in the show's history. Because what happens is that dude is taking a slot from contestants that have been around all season long. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know. I didn't watch, but I was reading the comments, and most people agreed. You can't always believe Twitter, but most people were like, he took a slot that some other really good people, no offense to him, could have taken, because I guess there are some good competitors this season. Mm-hmm. That's why everyone's up in arms.
Well, and I was reading that not a lot of people are watching right now.
No, the ratings are really down.
They're really down, and so the people who are actually invested are the ones that are like, this didn't help you make me want to watch this anymore.
No.
You know, and I get that last season was so different that they're like, maybe we should give these people a new chance, but they should have done it right off the bat,
yep.
Not when there was already investment in these other contestants.
That's a great idea. It would have been a great season premiere twist.
Right.
That's a really good point. This would have made a really good opener.
Right.
But then dispense with, you know what I mean? Because now the people that watch the show are invested in the people that are actually part of the current season.
Right.
Hashtag just saying.
Right.
I'm so upset, it makes me want to eat chicken wings. There's a chicken right there. There's the chicken. Thank you, Leo. Next in the dish. Hey, if it was up to me, we'd do an hour about this. But Jeff is in charge. Sad news this morning. Legendary actress Olympia Dukakis died at the age of 89. This is one of the great things that we love about Olympia's career. She was actually kind of a late bloomer career-wise, breaking through in her mid-50s, everyone. This is her as Principal Helen Jacobs in the movie Mr. Holland's Opus. This movie didn't get the credit it deserves. I really enjoyed this movie. You know, is it Oscar-worthy? No, but it's just a really good movie that TNT plays all the time. She received an Oscar for her role in Moonstruck. And then there's Steel Magnolias. I mean, that's it. Let's just roll credits. Put Wendy Williams on. Steel Magnolias, I don't need to say anything else. She played Weezer's best friend, Clary. Now we're gonna take a trip down memory lane a little bit later on in the show. Because again, if it was up to me, I would have Sheila Oliver, our general manager, cancel programming all day and just run Olympia Dukakis clips all day long. Because it's fantastic. You said your favorite aspect of discovering that she didn't get real famous until she was in her 50s.
Yeah, I feel like so many times, all of us, I do it even at 31. I'm like, oh, I'm already done, you know, but she at 50, it was like just getting started and going. Like, life is not over, people.
After her cauliflower comment, she might be done.
It's not the rice. I don't like cauliflower rice, okay?
Oh, cauliflower wings are the same as chicken wings.
They are.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Next in the dish. It's not all drama for the Real Housewives of, All Stars. Despite the feud that went public last week, look at this video, everyone, between Kenya and Ramona. The ladies were able to make a dance video for the gram. Melissa Gorga posted this. My favorite. Look at Ramona in the white all the way to the left. I think Leo's going to re-rack this. Just keep an eye for Ramona. Everyone has great moves except for poor Ramona. Here she goes. Okay, there's Melissa. Okay, there's Kyle. There's Ramona. Look at her right there. Ramona has no idea. There's Countess. Look at Countess. Wow, money may not be able to buy you class, but they are buying some abs. She looks tremendous. There's Ramona. Look at her. Turtle time. Oh, so good. Kenya, Cynthia.
Can I just say something about the money can buy you things thing?
Her song, Countess's song?
Yes, about the class thing. It is so true. You see people and they're like, well, you know, when you are rich enough that you can pay somebody to like make you food, cook your food, buy your groceries, teach you how to work out, give you all the things to suck in and pull out, must be rough.
Kendall, if you're a moron before you get money, when you get money, you're just a rich moron.
Right.
I mean, money doesn't make you, just money accentuates what you are before you get the money. Yeah. So if you're an idiot before money, when you get money, you're just a rich idiot.
Right.
And on that lovely note, that's like a Hallmark card.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, rich idiots. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. There is so much hot dish, we have to do another segment. Coming up next, find out the TV trick that Drew Barrymore actually taught Oprah Winfrey. It is the student becoming the teacher. Then, chances are you might be getting mom some flowers for Mother's Day. Well, Leslee Miller has some great wine to pair with those roses and tulips. She's still ahead. And from cute pets to adorable kids, it's our favorite part of Monday when you show us your weekend. That and more when The Jason Show continues.
You worked with George Clooney early on in both of your careers.
I did. You know, it's funny when George, I worked with him on a TV show called Bodies of Evidence, and he wasn't famous yet. And then he started getting famous, and I'm thinking, you know, they were portraying him as this suave, sophisticated ladies' man. I'm thinking, who's that? That's not the George Clooney I know. He was the jokester. He went one time, I had been on a diet, and it was some kind of special diet I read about in a magazine. And I was telling everybody, you know, look, you know, I think I'm losing some weight here. And I talked about it so much. He went to the wardrobe people. He said, does he wear the same costume pants every day? And they go, yeah, pretty much. He said, take them out an inch every day. So I would show up and I'd, look, everybody look. By the third day, they were just hanging off the back like rapper pants. And someone came up to me and told me, they said, you know, you're just making a fool of yourself. Well, I went to George and he said, I didn't do it. Mark Harmon did it, which was another show that I was on.
He has, I've said it before, Leslie Jordan has the best stories. Whenever he's the best stories. And I love that he's always been famous, but I love that he's getting universally famous now because of TikTok and Insta. Mm-hmm. The youngins are discovering him. Right. He's just so good. Yeah. He's
Mm-hmm. I love him and like Betty White. They're both just, as they get older, people just love them.
Beverly Leslie on Will and Grace, still one of the best side characters ever. Yeah. Attention, ladies and gentlemen. Beverly Leslie is a homosexual. I repeat, Beverly Leslie is a homosexual. Karen Walker making the announcement around New York City. Anyway, you know on Mondays we get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up for our friend and his cat. Look, there's the cat. Michael Babcock, everybody. Wait a minute. The cone is still on, right, buddy?
I put it back on just for you, Jason.
Thank you. Wait, now, you have two cats. What's the other one? I think it's ripping up your furniture right now, Michael.
I know. That's kneading, yeah.
She literally is like kneading dough back there. Are you making biscuits?
You know what hurts? When like she'll do that on your skin and she's like ripping up your leg. It's not a good feeling, Jason. Yeah,
no.
I have two.
I love
This
it.
is my life.
I love it. Okay, J-Lo. Every day I mean, it's like, who is she hanging out with today? Is she hanging out with Ben Affleck?
She certainly is. Yeah, this is a pretty big one. It has a lot of people talking. I mean, obviously, a lot of people will remember, Jason, it was like 2002 to 2004 where Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were the absolute hottest couple in all of Hollywood, most famous couple in the world. And obviously the relationship didn't work out, and J-Lo then went on, she was married and she dated Alex Rodriguez, and her and A-Rod, her fiance, just broke up a few weeks ago. And now over the weekend, she was seen in Los Angeles with Ben Affleck. Now, we are told, and her people are adamant when they say this, that this is not a rekindling of a romance here. This is just two people hanging out. Do I buy that? Do a lot of people buy that? Maybe not. Maybe, and look, could they just be friends now? Of course. Maybe it turns into something down the road. But clearly, these are two people who were involved in a very serious romance, a decade and a half ago, and now again back hanging out.
Well, speaking of exes, Channing Tatum and Jenna Dewan not getting along so well. What's happened with these two?
Yeah, this is pretty surprising. I mean, you remember they were married for 9 years. They have a 7-year-old child together, and they broke up about 4 years ago now. But still arguing over some points, some financial aspects in the divorce, and mainly Magic Mike. So Magic Mike, not only with the multiple movies, but has gone on to be a really successful franchise. I mean, they have everything from action figures to live shows to reality shows that are about to come out. And Jenna Dewan, even though she wasn't the star of the movie, she was very involved in the movie. And her and Shannon are fighting over how this money will be split as they kind of move forward here, and the Magic Mike franchise continues to rake in a lot of money. So they are asking for a trial that would be decided by a judge who would then make a decision for the couple, because they clearly together through mediation have not been able to over the years come to a conclusion that they believe is fair for both of them. So they're asking the judge to settle this for them. But it's all that Magic Mike money.
Yeah. Finally, Billie Eilish has a new look, and we found it in British Vogue.
Yeah, and it's a shocker, because she has completely shedded the green hair and the baggy clothes, and she looks like a blonde bombshell. Not the look that we are kind of become accustomed to seeing Billie Eilish rocking, but here she is. It's completely new for her. She talked about body image and don't listen to what anybody says about you. You dress how you want to, and if you are proud of your body, then you go ahead and you show it off. And that was her message as part of the article. But I think it has primarily been, Jason, the photographs that have just shocked people. I don't know that we've ever seen Billie Eilish like this, and people are pretty surprised by it.
Michael, I want to tell you before we go, we should probably write your cat a check, because you don't know that.
I wish you would, Jason. Cat food is so expensive.
I know. Well, we do know we owe you money, Michael, because you don't know this, but we had just launched the show TikTok account about a week and a half before your appearance, and
right.
our videos were getting like seven people and maybe one senior citizen. You know what I mean? And then
Right.
your cat comes on, and it was like a slot machine, Michael. So look for a check from a Jeff Orcutt. From his personal account. There we go.
Let's
Yes.
get some views. Come on. Tell everyone to go watch the TikTok show.
Thank you, my friend. Have a good week.
Thanks, Jason.
Bye, buddy. Oh, God. We really should give him a mug or something. That cat got us, what was it? It hit like 28,000 views. Not bad for us,
Our ugly mugs just can't do that.
No,
Nope.
but you get a cat with a sunflower on his head.
Yep.
Next in the dish, the pandemic has taken a toll on all of us in different ways. And with all the staying at home and lounging around we've been doing, we're bound to add a few LBs, well, including some of Hollywood's fittest A-listers like Will Smith. The Fresh Prince, this is trending this morning. Come back to the TV, look at this, everybody. The Fresh Prince took to Instagram today. The six-pack is officially gone, and he wrote, "I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm in the worst shape of my life." And we were laughing in our meeting. Will's worst, I would take as my best any day of the week. You know what I mean? If that is the worst,
His goals.
that's goals, man.
I know.
But now there's a conspiracy theory that he's purposely like pushing out his belly so that, in a couple weeks he comes back, he's like, look what I did.
Look at my fitness regimen. You should check out my website.
But I mean, come on. Look, Kendall,
Yeah.
look at him. He still looks great.
I know. No, there were a couple celebrities that have since said, yeah, I gained some weight over the pandemic. I think Gwyneth Paltrow was one of them. And she's like, I gained like 11 pounds. And you're like, wow, yeah, a lot of us did. But you're still Gwyneth Paltrow, and I still want to look like you.
Exactly. But I get it. When you're in the public eye like that,
for sure.
the pressure is very, very different.
Right.
But
right.
Will, as we say at the end of our show, go out there and be yourself. Because I would take that any day. Next on the dish, Drew Barrymore has changed Oprah's life. Kendall, did you hear me? Isn't that a shocking statement?
Out of your mouth.
I know. Drew changed Oprah's life forever. And Miss O is forever grateful. Why? Watch this.
You have changed my life. You certainly changed my work life, because I was there for that very first show where you beamed in Cameron, and there you all were, and we were, didn't know that you all weren't in the same space. I watched that and I said, hey, why can't we do what Drew did? And why can't we do what Drew did? And since that time, for Oprah Conversations for Apple TV, the first time I did it was with President Barack Obama talking about his book, Promised Land. And there we were sitting right across from each other in my living room in front of the fireplace. And I said then, this is because of you, Drew. So thank you. Pioneer woman.
Drew Barrymore wearing the world's largest carnation.
Is that what that is?
I have no idea. I love you, Drew. Look at that.
Huh.
Anyway, I don't like this. And it was funny. I told the producers I was actually going to talk about this independent from a clip anyway, because Oprah, I watched her interview with Elliot Page and Juliana Margulies. And so what they do is, I shouldn't assume that you guys know exactly what Oprah's talking about. So Oprah's in her studio, like can we take a shot of our, Leo, can we take a shot of our interview set right there? So what they do is Oprah would sit in the chair that I sit in the right, okay? Thank you, Kendall, for pointing that out, like Vanna White.
Chair.
And what they would do is they would send a chair that looks like our chair to a studio in LA. They have the stars sit in the chair on a green screen and green screen it in to make it look like they're sitting next to me.
Right.
I don't like that. If that's the wave of the future, I get that it gives you more access to guests. That's a plus. But look, I am very alone on my island on this one. I miss the connection. There is a different connection when you are literally sitting across from an interview subject. Look, I'm getting ready to talk to Leslee Miller via Zoom, but there is a dynamic, there is a rhythm with shows like this that you miss when the person isn't right next to you. Here, let me give you, got to go, but the best example, my buddy Dale Kaye. There is a ping pong back and forth. Watch a Dale Kaye segment when we're next to each other, because I give him, he looks at me and we start laughing, or he says something and I go like this. You miss all of that chemistry when you're beaming somebody in from Maui, Right. So I really hope TV shows go back to actual face-to-face conversations. I hope that is not a trend.
Yeah, it's very dystopian.
Yeah, we will prefer to have people here when it's safe, FYI.
Oprah, come on over.
But we'll take anybody via Zoom. Let me be very clear. If Oprah wants to Zoom in, we will let you. I don't care where you want to Zoom in from. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this, everybody, with a Zoom interview. She's real. Bruce Newton's real. She's sitting right there. Welcome back. Mother's Day is coming up this weekend. Love those moms. Love mine. And that means brunch, flowers, and for some moms like mine, wine. Here with some wine to match with those flowers is our wine diva, Leslee Miller from Amuse Wine. Hello, Leslie.
Hello, good morning.
Leslie, can I tell you what we were saying behind your back? We were laughing. I have a list of all the wines that you're going to show today. Some of these,
Yes.
they sound like something. They sound like rashes. Some of them. They sound like something you need a cream for.
There's some funky names, certainly.
Yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. Okay, let's start with calla lilies. What would you mix with calla lilies?
Yeah, so I really want, to kind of open up the sensory here and think about what you would smell when you smell these particular sets of bouquets. So if you're coming with a gift for mom, I think calla lilies, of course, are beautiful, but they have a very distinct scent to them that's not really overpowering. And I think a great bottle of bubbly is perfect. Of course, you can go to the region of Champagne, but what I love about this little New Mexico sparkling is that it's only like $17, $18, and it really matches the scent of these great little calla lilies.
Because again, Champagne, and we want to do a whole education on this with you sometime. Champagne is the region, right, Leslie?
Right.
It is it is the region.
That's right. And you basically call it sparkling wine around the world. It's named obviously something different in each one of the regions. Prosecco, named after the grape in Italy. In the United States, it's literally just sparkling, not too exciting.
Okay, peonies.
Yeah, peonies. Now, peonies are very aromatic, and obviously they are the flower of choice, I would say, for this month, and they are really stunning. But I selected rosé, and you know how much I just love dry rosés. This is the Roxa, actually, which is Grenache based. So important when you are gifting a bottle of rosé that you think about the grape, because they can be made from any red skinned grapes, Pinot Noir, Cabernet. This one's Grenache, so it's a little bit more supple. It has these beautiful aromatics like peonies.
So again, breaking it down, when you say Grenache based, that just means to the consumer, that is the main grape to which the rosé is formed from.
Exactly, yes. And Grenache is more medium based, very supple, very easy drinking.
Okay, so not too sweet, not too dry, Leslie, on that one?
100% dry, yep.
Okay. Jasmine.
Ooh, jasmine. So now jasmine is also one of those really beautiful aromatic flowers. I love mixing this with like a little bunch of honeysuckle and these really kind of pungent aromatics that are a little bit more honeyed in the texture. There's a grape called Torrontés, and Torrontés is actually mainly found in Argentina. This is the little Piatelli, again, like in that $15 to $16 zone. Again, it's very dry, bone dry, but what you get is this sort of honeyed floral, that honeysuckle jasmine effect that I think is such a cool little pairing together.
And you're also making the simultaneous point too, Leslie. I'm listening to these price points. You can get a nice bottle of wine around $15 or $16, right?
That's right. And let's be real about peonies right now, because peonies are like $30. So your bottle of wine is actually less than your bouquet of flowers.
Yeah, totally. Okay, let's go to the old-fashioned giving mom roses.
Yeah, roses. And, obviously you can get roses in a number of different places. I went to a cut to flower, shop, in town. I went to Bachman's and they have some beautiful selections. Roses, again, if you dry them out or they're fresh, they just have this lovely texture to them. And Nebbiolo is a grape. Now, this one that we show on screen is the R. Pepe, but you can buy literally Nebbiolo from the northwestern region of Italy, from Piedmont. You can still find these really great little Nebbiolos for like $18, a little bit bolder in the mouth, a little bit richer tone. So this is maybe for the mom who really likes kind of those rustic red wines.
Okay, when you say bolder, do you mean like just, I hate to say meaty, that word sounds gross, but do you mean like more like a cab? What?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. Meaty is, it's a perfect word, Jays. Actually, we often describe Nebbiolo as almost smelling kind of bloody and irony, kind of like carpaccio in a way, like raw meat carpaccio. So it does kind of have a meatier effect to it. So not light bodied like Pinot Noir, but more full-bodied like Cabernet.
And it reminds me, I had to get Jeff and I have to get our Nebbielos checked after the work today. We got to get that checked. See, I told you, Leslie, I couldn't resist a Nebbiolo joke. Okay, finally, lavender.
Lavender, oh my gosh, this kind of brings up that what grows together goes together adage. If you're enjoying some of the herbs or things that are grown in that particular region, why not have a wine from the exact same region? Now, this is the region of Minervois. As you're coming out of the Rhone Valley, which is on the eastern side of France, and you head down into the southern part of France, there's this beautiful area called Minervois, and it's generally grapes like Grenache and Syrah, so a little bit peppery, again, a little bit more on the textured side, but there is a really strong kind of herbs to Provence kind of lavender smell that you always get of some of these southern Rhone and into the southern end of France reds.
Some good suggestions. Thank you, neighbor.
Thank you, thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. For more information, we're going to post this, obviously, on our Facebook page a little bit later. And head to amusewine.com for more. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Jeff, let's make an appointment for the Nebbiolo trip.
Oh, well, does Marshall have, friends?
Well, we discussed that. I asked him how he met people. In my day, you could tell by a man's carriage and demeanor which side his bread was buttered on. But in this day and age, who knows? I asked Marshall, how can you tell? And he said, all gay men have track lighting, and all gay men are named Mark, Rick, or Steve.
One of the best lines ever. And then Weezer walks in and talks about her grandson named Steve. It's perfect. That is a classic scene from the classic movie Still Magnolias, starring Julia Roberts, Sally Field, Dolly Parton, Shirley MacLaine, Daryl Hannah, and I hate that I have to say this now, the late, great Olympia Dukakis. I don't like saying that. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Olympia passed away this weekend at the age of 89. And I wanted to take a look back at some of her most memorable roles. And look, this is where I could do an after-school special. It's hard to pick just one scene from Still Magnolias because, as the crew can attest, I can quote the whole movie without hesitation. But this is one of the scenes I'll never forget from the very end of the movie.
I just want to hit somebody till they feel as bad as I do. I just want to hit something. I want to hit it hard.
Here, hit this. Go ahead, Malin. Slapper.
Are you crazy?
Hit her.
Are you high, Clary?
Clary, have you lost your mind?
We'll sell T-shirts saying I slapped Weezer Boudreau. Hit her.
Miss Clary, enough.
Weezer, this is your chance to do something for your fellow man. Knock her lights out, Malin.
Let go of me.
And then moments later, Weezer looks at her. She goes, "You are a pig from hell." Yeah. A line, I think, out of all the lines of Clary, Miss Clary in Still Magnolias, the one that I use the most is, "I love you more than my luggage. I love you more than my luggage."
And that one, you use that one a lot too.
Oh, absolutely. She just, if you've never seen it, she was the former Miss Chick. She was married to the mayor of Chickham Parish, and then bought the radio station. And there's a great scene. There's another great scene where she bought the radio station and she's doing color commentary for a football game, and she's in the locker room, and the men are coming in, they're naked, and she's interviewing the coach, and she goes, "Those new uniforms, is that grape or aubergine?" And then Weezer goes, "Nobody cares about that grape blank. They care about touchdowns and injuries." See, I could recite the movie. 2 years, Ted just goes, 2 minutes, move on. 2 years before Still Magnolias, Olympia won an Oscar for her role in Moonstruck with Cher. Look at this.
Johnny Camareri showed up last night.
What? He's in Sicily.
No more, he's not.
He's with his dying mother in Sicily.
She recovered.
She was dying.
It was a miracle.
A miracle? This is modern times. They ain't supposed to be miracles no more.
Well, I guess it ain't modern times in Sicily.
She played Cher's Italian mother in the romantic comedy, winning Best Supporting Actress. Again, that's the basically put her on the map. Olympia Dukakis appeared in dozens of movies as well as a lot of TV shows. In 1993, she starred in the groundbreaking TV miniseries Tales of the City, which aired on PBS. It was considered a landmark for representation of LGBTQ characters on television, which again, you know, post Will and Grace and Ellen, it seems pretty commonplace. Still, think about that. In 1993, that was still revolutionary. And actors still had to think whether they were going to take these roles. And Olympia didn't have to think at all. She did the role and returned for, not really the sequel, but Netflix did a version, I believe, in 2016 or 2017. She was amazing.
What was your favorite? I know you love Steel Magnolias the best for the movies. What was your favorite role that she did?
Well, I mean, Clary, I mean, Moonstruck, you can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. So Moonstruck, but Clary, there's going to be nothing better. I mean, there's nothing better. It's another great marriage of character, writing, and actress.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't imagine anybody else playing Miss Clary in that cast, and that cast is amazing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you can watch most of those movies on streaming, including Steel Magnolias. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with Show Us Your Weekend and more when we return. R.I.P. Clary. Welcome back. It's the new TV show I can't stop raving about. Sincerely, you know I get obsessed with things, but I am capital O obsessed with this. And a lot of you are watching it with me right now. Mayor of Easttown is a new miniseries on HBO, and it also streams on HBO Max. Kate Winslet plays a detective investigating a murder in her small town in southern Pennsylvania. Episode 3 aired last night, and there was a major twist. I'm not going to give anything away. You know I don't really like to ruin shows for people, especially Mayor of Easttown. I can't remember. Look, I go on and on and on about shows all the time that I love, but I really mean this with no dramatics or fireworks. I can't remember in recent times a better, more universally well-acted TV show. Everybody in this cast is amazing, from side characters to even the kids. And you know kids annoy me in TV shows. Like in Walking Dead, I want them all eaten. I do. They get in the way. They get in the way. You know that as well as I do. But everybody, Gene Smart, Guy Pearce, Evan Peters is like, he's amazing. And Kate Winslet, if she is not nominated, and I'm not going to say when, we haven't seen all the performances for award season yet. But if she isn't nominated for this, what I always say, close down the Emmys and turn it into a Long John Silver's, because she deserves to be nominated. She's that good. Have you started watching it yet?
I don't have HBO Max.
Okay, write down. I'll give you my stuff.
You guys, he says this all the time. Do you think he's ever actually sent me a password or a code or anything for any of these things?
I got an email today that said that I haven't fired you in a while. What was his name? I want to give him a shout out. Jeff, you sent it to us and Ted. Here it is. What's his name? Christopher Akola writes, "Hey Jason, it seems like it's been a while since you've tried to fire Kendall. Just wanted to make sure all's good between you two." Well, you're fired. And I'll give you my passcode though.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, anyway, I'll give it, I promise. In this break, I'll give it to you. Or call Dar. Dar will give it to you.
Okay.
Next, we all enjoyed the first 80-degree day of spring this weekend, and many of you made sure that you got out and enjoyed it. Every Monday, I love this. We love to see how you, forget us, how you spent your Saturday and Sunday. It's time again for Show Us Your Weekend.
Weekend got off to a great start for Pat on Saturday. She received 2 different May baskets to celebrate, well, May 1st. Jennifer went to her first soccer tournament of the season. She says she's so proud of how well her daughter and the rest of the team played. Meanwhile, Valerie went to a winery, I'm jealous, to enjoy the sunny weather on Saturday. They also watched the Kentucky Derby. And Neil had a girls' golf weekend at Madden's in Brainerd. Looks fun. Sandy spent the day hiking with her best friends, her dogs, at Beaver Creek State Park. Andrea, meanwhile, enjoyed the warm weather and put out the doggy pool. Looks like her dog really appreciated that one.
Deanne drove 4 hours from Marshall to Grand Forks to visit her youngest daughter. It was the first time they've seen her in more than a year because of COVID. I love that. Meanwhile, Diana got to celebrate her birthday with family this year. Congratulations. Carol spent Saturday night playing cards with her grandchildren. She says it was just a beautiful evening to be outside. It really was. Ashley's baby Henry met some baby chickens. That's so cute. And Sherry took her grandbaby glamping, which is basically the only type of camping I would do. Jody says she made chocolate lasagna for the very first time. Jody, can you send some to the station? We need to get that. Joy got the playground and beach ready for her grandson. Check this out. Her dinosaur named Bob will go into the water like a Loch Ness monster. Joy is on Green Lake in Princeton and says she believes that she saw my dog Dexter boating this weekend. She sure did. And finally, Shannon spent most of the weekend driving home from her girls' trip to Texas. She says her tour guide at South Fork actually remembered when I went to visit. That's my second home. Thanks, everybody. I love one of my favorite things that we do on Friday night. Well, I watched other shows we're going to tell you about tomorrow, like CNN's limited series, The Story of Late Night. I can't wait to tell you guys about that. As Oprah would say, fascinating. I mean, you know how much I know about late night. Mm-hmm. I learned some things. Anyway, on Friday night, you'll love this. Y'all know Jason DeRusha over there on the Channel 4. Mm-hmm. Well, I love to mess with him. Mm-hmm. And we were at a retirement party together. A friend was retiring from U.S. Foods, and he was across the thing. I was sending him text messages. He couldn't see me, and I was telling him I was watching him, and it was driving him nuts. I kept saying, I see you. I'm watching you. Look at you. You look great. Yeah, and then he finally figured out where I was. I love tormenting him. It's delightful to torment DeRusha. Yeah. Anyway.
Delightful. I understand how you feel about that because I feel like tormenting you is also delightful sometimes. I'll just fire myself after HBO Max, after the cauliflower chicken wing debacle. I should just...
When we come back, we're calling Shane Wells when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Speed dial. Another gorgeous jib shot by our friend Adam there. Lords and ladies, don't forget to sign up and be a part of our virtual audience. Just go to our Facebook page, just search for Jason Show TV. Click the link right at the top of the page. We do audiences now Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and we would love to see you. In my hand right now, Kendall, I'm holding the magical mystery bubblegum goodbye question. Are you ready for today's question?
Could be my last one ever.
It could be, because Shane's on standby. Kendall, what is your biggest pet peeve? Now, we already did this, but I'm sure you can think of another one.
I'm sure I could.
And I have another one as well. And we will unveil it when we return after this. Bubblegum goodbye question. A mystery question every day out of the bubblegum machine back here. What's your biggest pet peeve? Ladies first.
I have a lot of pet peeves.
Well, just give me one.
Okay.
Wendy Williams is coming on soon.
Okay. One of them is when people tap, like unnecessarily in public, like they're like.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, get out of my space.
Oh, okay.
How about
I
you?
do that sometimes because yeah, I'm sorry if I do that with you.
But I mean, like we're working. It's more like in line at the grocery store. I'm like.
Mine is, and I have a lot, but mine is when you comment on a social media post and you don't thoroughly read the post you're commenting on. So like, for instance, you ask, hey, where's the recipe? And the recipe is actually in the post. So if you actually just read the post, but for me, this weekend, I got into 47,000 fights on Twitter over the weekend.
That's a lot of fights.
Because I was posting about being optimistic about and wanting the downtowns to succeed. Mm-hmm. Lord have mercy. And the point I was making, people were not reading my post. They were just going off on stuff. And I said, read my post. I was commenting that I don't understand why some people are gleeful at the alleged demise of the downtowns because it's not good for any of us that live here. That was my point. people didn't read. People don't read. They just comment and, you know, read the posts before you comment.
Context, people.
Yeah, there we go. Tomorrow on the show, I learned to play tennis with a group of elite children that I yell at all of them. It was like Jack Nicholson in As Good As It Gets. Anyway, how do I stack up? Not well. Speaking of kids, if you are a child and you're watching and you are being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.